everybody. Welcome back to another AfterTok. I am Clem. We're going to talk today about something. Don't know what it is yet. We're going to do a video roulette to get there. This was my wife's idea. I'm like, what should I talk about? And she's like, well, you could do a roulette, right? So I'm going to go on my TikTok here. All right. And I'm going to pick a video that we're going to do. And, well, let's just see what we get here. All right, I'm going to put this up on the screen. Here we go. All right, let's make this random. Here we go. What we got? Never driven a truck before, you don't understand how hard it can be sometimes. You see, if your valve stem comes loose, you're going to need to stick a wrench inside of there and hold it so you can tighten it from the outside. You're going to need an 1/8" wrench like this fella here has. Now, if you just learned this, do me a favor, go to the comments and say, I just learned it. And if somebody else needs to learn it, go ahead and tag them in it and tell them you need to learn this. Go ahead. Thank you. All right, so this particular video came to me from so many different people. So many people send me videos all the time. They give me suggestions for videos I should stitch. And I try to look at every one of them that I get tagged in. I get messages all the time too, and I'll be honest, I can't get through all the messages. It's just too much. It's just too much. And I had to pick what I wanted to do. And if you tag me in a video, I'll go and look at it. Almost guaranteed. Unless you tag me like 400 times in a row, I'm going to look at a couple of them. That's just how it is, you know. It's just being honest. It's being what I can do. I can't do them all. I just can't. You know, I'm one guy. I don't have a crew behind me. I've got, tomato plants here, but they ain't doing nothing. You know, they don't help me out much. They feed me every once in a while. I'll get a couple tomatoes off them. Got some yellow tomatoes right now, matter of fact. But anyway, so this video here, people sent me a bunch of these, right? Like, do this video. And I definitely related this from a couple different angles, right? So we already talked about my grandfather had school buses when I was growing up. And my dad did all the tire maintenance on it. We get retreads or get new tires and put them on. And it's hard work changing bus tires. Definitely hard work. So I was around that from a pretty young age. My dad was a farm mechanic. You know, he'd fix anything. You know, farm or factory related, he would fix anything. You know, he ended up starting his own business, doing farm mechanic work, and he was good at it. He was real good at it. Well, as soon as I could go with him and stay out of trouble, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, I'd tag along with him. And when I think I was about 8 years old, I started going with him in the summertime, like full time. Just go there all summer, work with my dad. I learned a ton. And I was the 8-year-old in school. They could tell you a 9/16 bolt just by looking at it. Hey, I need a 9/16 wrench. And I'd impress all my friends. Like, there it is. That's the one. It fits, right? And they, I had some weird friends, but that impressed them. It would impress me too, I guess, if I didn't know that stuff. But anyway, we get into classroom, right? We start learning about fractions. Y'all, comparing fractions came really easy to me. Like, really, really easy to me. But showing my work for it was quite difficult. And I remember specifically, a teacher asked me one time on a test, the question had something to do with, I think it was something like, which fraction is bigger, 3/4 or 9/16? I'm like, oh, that's an easy one, right? Or it was something to that nature. It was definitely wrench sizes, both of them. And I just answered it. 3/4 is bigger, or whatever size was bigger. It might have been like 7/8 and 3/4, something like that. 7/8 is bigger. Right? And then I turn it in, and the teacher gives me a 0 on it. Said I need to show my work. Show my work? How in the world am I supposed to show my work on an easy question like this? So I couldn't do it. I couldn't show any work. I just knew that 7/8 is bigger than 3/4, or 3/4 is bigger than 9/16, whatever the problem was. She swore I was cheating because I couldn't show my work, but I had the right answer. Well, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, teach. Just I know fractions. How do you know fractions? Well, my dad taught me fractions with wrenches and bolt sizes. So she started quizzing me, right? And we could get up to the 16th fractions pretty good. Now, there were some that she threw in. It was just like a curveball. She'd do like 4/13. I'm like, what type of metric system is this? But, you could kind of compare them to the nearest wrench size, and you could compare what they're going to be. So I was always good with fractions. I couldn't show them what worked for the life of me, though. I think that's just kind of how mechanic and farm kids are. You know, they know a lot of things. They just don't know why it works, but they know what it is. You know, and I think today's world, we're so worried about getting the right answer and then showing how you got the right answer. Myself, I'd rather just get the right answer and be able to repeat. You know, if you can be repeatable and get the right answer and you got your own system, well, then by all means, do that, right? But I don't think that's the way the world works today. I remember sitting in a lot of classes asking, when in the world am I going to use this in school, in real life? And teachers would be like, well, here it is, how you doing it? And then I remember there was a chart on one of my teachers, I think it was 10th grade, high school, a chart on the door, back of the door in the teacher's office or in the teacher's classroom or whatever it was. And it said, when will I ever use this? Real big at the top. And then you go over and it gives all the different types of math, the different sections, and then all the careers they thought people would have across the top. And, you know, they didn't, I didn't know what I wanted to be, so I didn't know what math I needed to learn. That would have been a good thing to teach. Is, what do you want to be first? Well, I never figured that out until a little bit later, what I wanted to do. So I'd like to find that poster again and see if a building automation technician's on there and what math I need, because that'd be good information to have. But, you know, I've used more math in my life than I thought I would use in my trade and my profession. And just, you know, I think I'd like it really a lot if teachers in school would teach kids how to read a tape measure. When we were in school, I don't know if it's still the same way, they taught a lot of the metric system. And don't get me wrong, I like the metric system. It's definitely easy. It's, you know, it is what it is. I've done work overseas, and I was glad to have that knowledge of centimeters and millimeters and all the other ones that they mentioned that they don't really use in real life. You know, we use meters, centimeters, millimeters when we were there in kilometers. But well, I wonder why they do like millimeter, kilometer. It should be kilometer. It's a kilometer. I just realized that. That's weird. These languages are just messed up, ain't they? But I don't even know where I was going with this anymore. I don't know why y'all still here. If you are, good for you. And well, this video was cool because I really liked it. It wasn't one of my best performing videos, but it was pretty nice. And I wanted to do the easy joke. You know, throw a wrench in things or something, you know, something like that. But I always try to skip over the easy joke and try to go for something a little bit deeper, a little more substance, and see if that gets me anywhere. And you know, this time I think this joke turned out pretty good. This video turned out good. So we'll watch it one more time and then we'll talk for another minute. How about that? Here we go. If you've never driven a truck before, you don't understand how hard it can be sometimes. You see, if your valve stem comes loose, you're going to need to stick a wrench inside of there and hold it so you can tighten it from the outside. You're going to need an 1/8" wrench like this fella here has. Now, if you just learned this, do me a favor, go to the comments and say, I just learned it. If somebody else needs to learn it, go ahead and tag them in it and tell them you need to learn this. Go ahead. Thank you. All right. Well, that was the video for today. It's a little bit different doing the roulette thing to start. I liked how it ended up. We didn't really know where it was going when we started, but shoot, it ended up in a good place, I think. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, real soon there's going to be some videos and stuff popping up here. You can see more of my stuff if you like. I think there'll be a big logo in the middle. You can click on that to subscribe, and then you can hit, I think it's over here, will be like videos, and over here's a playlist. And shoot, man, watch some more of this. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. And shoot, that's all I got. Y'all have a good one. And till next time, be good. All right. That was finger guns. Did I seriously just end a video on finger guns? I did, didn't I? It's COVID. You can still do finger guns if you can't shake hands, right? Here we go. Have a good one, y'all. Be good.